Hey, my name is Anshi Barmecha, and I'm excited to introduce to you a pivotal chapter in my life, NU in England. It was late October of 2015 when I made the decision to commit to the school made entirely for me. A month later, I found out that I would be studying in London. Unlike your typical college study abroad experience, I was given the once in a lifetime learning opportunity of spending my first year of college in a new continent, country, and city altogether. I began my journey on August 16, 2016, at JFK Airport in New York when I stepped onto the flight that would take me 3,500 miles away from my home in Scarsdale, New York. Let me tell you that homesickness is very real. But after a lifetime, in teenage years of course, I was finally able to make the most out of my experience once I submerged myself into the amazing city of London, my new home. Little did I know that I would be calling Metrogate 37 Queensgate Terrace in South Kensington, one of the poshest areas in London, home. From trips to Brighton, a vibrant town in the south of England, to visits to Westminster Abbey and London Eye in the first month, I was finally able to begin my exploration of the city of London. I continued to discover cool places to eat, and of course immerse myself into the notoriously expensive habit of consuming afternoon tea. For fun, I followed London coffee shops on Instagram and stalked the hell out of them.
Hey Allie,
Hey,
where are you at?
Buckingham Palace.
Although being propped into a new setting taught me the typical college lessons of doing laundry, feeding myself, and attempting to be healthy, the overarching lesson was being taught the skills to live independently. The space I was given when I immediately got here was overwhelming, but much needed. I gained a lot of independence when I roamed around the city with no Google Maps or navigation of any sorts. I would simply put my phone in my pocket and just walk. Exploring a city on my own gave me a new perspective of the habits, traditions, and cultures of Londoners. Additionally, I learned that budgeting was not all that easy when living in one of the most expensive and attractive cities in the world. But somehow, I managed with a tiny dent in my bank account by the end of my semester. I was also given the amazing opportunity to work at the Ace of Clubs, a shelter and kitchen, once a week as my service learning. Here I met people from various backgrounds, and I finally shattered the protective glass that surrounded me for the past 18 years. Weekend trips to Paris with friends, Israel to visit family, Spain to revel in the beautiful beaches in Malaga, and Scotland for its history and sights was quite the blessing of living in the most central city in the world. In mid-October, it was finally time for mid-semester break, and Amsterdam's never-ending canals and parks. Prague's architecture and mouth-watering Tredelniks. And a surprise visit to New York to visit my family was more amazing than I could have ever imagined.
I'm going to have to oh my god!
Once I returned, I came back to a week of midterms and papers. Yes, we really do study here. I have had the pleasure to meet the most wonderful teachers such as Voss, my calculus professor, and Heidi, the most fascinating college writing teacher one may ever have. My favorite class was calculus, I know, right? The professor Voss was engaging and cared about his students a lot. I found that once I had mastered the topic, I grew to enjoy solving the problem. Overall, my journey to London for a semester has made me an entirely new person. I'm independent, eager to explore, and excited to embark on another new experience of discovering the city of Boston. Thank you, NUN, as I cannot imagine starting my first semester of college any other way.